BJTS, yeah, know that he do it the best, yeah, know that he reacting to the squad captain, rap backs put to the test, yeah, from DPS to Rustage on the double, he moving like people on bump beds, better jump ship when he gets the pop in his head, he be vibing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to be insane. Invincible is taking off lots of it's taking off everywhere, bro. Like, I'm actually shocked because I can't even speak. All right, because not only do we have DPS's Conquest rap and Dizzy 8's Invincible rap, but we also have CJ DACHAMP'S The Trial of Conquest, which is 100% gonna be pure hilariousness, bro. But welcome back to Rap Back Self, it's your boy BJTS, and today we're reacting to Trial of Conquest by CJ DACHAMP. For those who don't know who CJ DACHAMP is, I think I reacted to one of his Shredder videos on his channel. I do not remember if I did, but 90% positive I did. I don't remember, but I'll check back there. He does he goes through anime, just not anime, cartoons, everything, and he goes over the most disrespectful moments or disrespectful people in history, and that's why he talks about it, but he does it in the most funniest way possible. It's hilarious. You're about to see what I'm talking about with Conquest. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. It's going to be lit. I'm gonna try my best to record 2 videos today. It is, as of right now, Saturday, March 22nd. Reason why I'm gonna try to record much today is because tomorrow I will be busy. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to have a little chat with everything. But that's not always takes time. Let's get straight into it. Before we start though, I want to give you all a little heads up that I'm going to be doing a little announcement later. I don't know, not later, maybe not later in the video actually. Probably later, actually, yeah, later in the video, 100%. But let's not worry about that. Let's get straight into this video, bro.
Police steady watching me. Every day they clocking me.
Yeah, you might.
One of Satan's greatest
soldiers.
King Von.
He started with the King Von shit. Oh no.
What was wrong with him? That's not him, man. He's not regular.
When I heard that Von got, I was relieved for the community, man. Because he was over there shooting them guys, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
Bro, he was dead, bro.
Yes, yeah.
If he wanted to out of there, he would go do it himself on the feet by himself.
He was a devil.
Yeah. Him using the King Von interview is the best interpretation for this guy, because he's just a demon. King Von was a demon. I'm gonna turn it down a bit still.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this emergency trial. Because I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this right now. This was not planned. I had 2 other videos I was working on for this month, but I completely forgot that the man that I have had a seat reserved on this round table for 3 years. Yeah,
he did Omni-Man 3 years ago, and it was hilarious. He's got 5.6 million views. This was actually hilarious. This was back when Invincible was just came out.
Has finally made his debut. So everything, and I mean everything, is getting put on hold right now because this monstrosity is the #1 priority right now. So let's go ahead and get down to business. The evidence is on deck and ready to be presented. So without further ado, Exhibit S. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this special Exhibit S, Conquest. Satan's greatest soldier. So, do y'all remember?
Okay, my OC is going to kick up to you, but that is not how you spell soldier, but I'm sorry.
Remember back in season 2 when Anissa's trifling ass told Mark that the next time the Viltrumite sends somebody to Earth is gonna be somebody 10 times worse than her? Yeah, this old is who she.
I argue that I don't think she was explicitly talking about Conquest, but I do see why they chose him to do, because Mark would have not almost easily pieced up another Viltrumite, but he would have been able to at least done some damage to the other Viltrumite. The thing saying Conquest because She's just the most
She met
terrifying one.
Conquest, the most terrifying Viltrumite in the Empire. And I really mean that. Because all the other Viltrumites are scared of this nigga.
All the
and I mean, I
Viltrumites
don't
like,
blame
nah,
him.
I'm good.
Because this motherfucker look like he loved to scratch. Just take a glance at him. Big buff old nigga with a prosthetic arm that looks like the Infinity Gauntlet. And egregious.
I said the same thing when I first saw him. Like, he got an Infinity Gauntlet on?
Nasty balls
Rocking that shit.
and some crooked ass teeth. This man don't give a damn about his appearance at all. And that is a major sign to never with a nigga like this. Cause they ain't got nothing to lose. They do this for the love of the game. So when he pulled up on Mark, motherfucker instantly says, "Stand ready for my arrival, worm." Already degrading this man on their first interaction. This is how you know this ain't gonna go well. Bro already thinks of him as fodder. So they start scrapping. And just by the shockwave of the first punch, people already dead, flying like rag dolls. So let's just go ahead and get started on this murder count because it's gonna be a lot. You know what? Let me just go ahead and say this. If you thought the collateral damage,
I literally had a conversation with one of my friends from school about this. I said, who do you think killed the most people? Sukuna during the Shibuya incident or Invincible and Conquest with their fight, right? At first he said Sukuna, but then I had to remind him that Sukuna, that whole fight, the whole incident in Shibuya incident just happened in that one city, right? Invincible and Conquest, their fight took them around the world. You're about to see, trust me.
Between Sukuna and Mahoraga was bad, this is 10 times worse. So Conquest headbutts Mark and pile drives him into the ground.
Damn.
And after he pinned bro down, he started telling Mark why he was actually here. And this is when we knew this nigga was crazy. He told Mark, "Right about now, Anissa's trifling skank ass would be yapping to you about, oh, we gotta do this for
They
the
need to bring back
Viltruman,
Anissa.
blah,
I won't
blah,
lie
blah.
to you.
I will tell you this right now, little nigga. I came here to whoop your ass for the love of the game."
Love of the game.
About this life. Man said, "Fuck the objective. I came here to whoop your ass, nigga. Thrak can kiss my ass." So Mark punches him,
Thrak.
and Conquest is just like,
Thrak is supposed to be the strongest Viltrumite.
yeah. That's what I like to see, cowboy. So Mark starts slamming him through multiple buildings. Then he full sends him to the stratosphere and starts hitting him with that Injustice 2 Superman move.
I said the same thing. Yo, everything he's saying, I said the exact same thing when I first saw this. When I first saw the episode, I was like, "Is he hitting him with the Injustice 2?"
Boom! Sending them all the way to space. But at this moment right here is when we figured out that this man is a freaky ass nigga. He blew out a bubble of his blood, shaped it into a heart, and just flicked it. Excuse me? What do you mean by this? Nasty ass nigga. So Conquest rams him back into the atmosphere. It hits him with the right hook with the Infinity Gauntlet. And he just takes a nasty drop to the ground. Hell, even the news caught that on 4K. Mark's mama watching this like,
that was caught right there.
I ain't gonna lie, out of anybody in this whole show, Debbie gotta have it the worst. Your son gets his ass beat every Thursday. Your husband called you a damn pet. And then he fucked a cockroach. And now you gotta take care of a purple nigga. Man, prayers up for Debbie, man. So while Mark was just not,
Debbie has to be like, I swear to you, the one mother that actually is holding together, because like if it was any other mother, be giving up right now.
Surviving like on 1 HP, trying to get his wits together while coughing up blood. He notices the ground starts to shake, and he knew in his head, oh, fuck me. It's clobbering time! This man just altered the...
Now look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look how he just flew into the ground, and the entirety of that city just shook. Look how powerful this guy is.
The amount of people that probably just died there is insane. If this is supposed to be downtown Chicago, which has a population of 244,000, and let's just lowball it, because a lot of people evacuated the city after the Invincible War. So he just dropped off 1/8 of niggas. This man just killed about 30,000 motherfuckers with his ult. Oh man. This nigga needs to be stopped. Also, this is a clear act of terrorism. Just to add that on there. So then he sends them flying, and then he hits Mark with the Injustice 2 super move. And this man just gets flung all the way to another city. Nigga threw his ass to another area code. So after getting flung across the country, Mark sees Conquest coming at him at full speed, looking like prime Ray Lewis. But Mark just screams to stop because he's just giving up at this point. And he's just like, please, I beg you, shut your ass up, nigga.
Damn, ma.
Motherfucker, I'm having the time of my life right now. And you are over here complaining like a punk pussy bitch. And man, just look at the collateral, bro. This man is missing his leg. He just made him an amputee. Oh, Lord. So while Conquest kept on yapping about how he was basically gonna kill everybody on the planet, Oliver comes in.
Okay, I will say though, Oliver did that. I was like, okay, Oliver. I was like, okay, but I knew it was gonna last long. I knew it was gonna last long.
But man, oh man, this part is terrible. Oliver flies into Conquest just to get a big slap. Dribbled like a basketball. Oh
nasty.
My God. He slapped the soul out of this purple nigga. Look at that impact frame. Dear God. Just for that, bro, this man was child abuse. Because that was disgusting.
That was crazy. Like, you know, if, okay, like in cartoons or anime, you know for a fact that if you could feel the impact of that person, sorry, my TV just turned on, like, the hell? Like, you know for a fact, if you could feel the impact from the, like, from the screen, you know damn well that was a very hard hit. I'm not even gonna lie. Sorry, y'all, my nose is like running. It's been killing me for the last couple of days.
Oliver midair. And he's like, hey, little purple squirt, what's your name? I like to know the name of my victims before I dismember them.
Dismember them is crazy, bro.
But Mark comes in and saves Oliver's life. And he starts begging to his little brother. He's like, Oliver, get your little ass out of here now.
Just go home,
Conquest
Oliver
did not care that Oliver was a child. Because he just thought of him like another toy to play with.
Oh my God.
Mark and just starts slamming him through everything.
God.
This man pulled out the whole Broly moveset, dragging him through the ground and shit, and just throwing him like a pussy. And at this point, this wasn't even a fight anymore. This just became pure, unadulterated torture. Look at him just dragging.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna keep it tall with you, right? If like a Super Saiyan or a Goku, for instance, like, if Goku were to fight specifically Conquest, I think even he would have a hard time fighting Conquest. Right? Hear me out. Like, Goku from Super Saiyan 1 to 3 is like the max he will probably lose. Super Saiyan God? Who knows? Who knows, actually? Because Voltramons are actually very, very strong.
Through every building possible, and Lord have
they don't
mercy,
get tired fast.
The innocent civilians affected by collateral continues to rise. As he slams Mark into the ground, you just hear them falling in the background. Splat! Poor man just went face first into concrete. All because he was simply at the wrong place at the wrong time. Damn shame. Then look at this other dude, man. Come on, bruh. So then Conquest uses Mark as a skateboard and drags him all the way into this bus. And then after this, he proceeded to go on another yap session. Bro was like, you know, kid, seeing your face all bloody like this brings back some good.
Oh, wow. That was a very hard one.
Memories. You see, this ain't the first time I whooped your ass, boy. I've actually whooped your ass in another universe. I remember it like it was yesterday. You see, I had this bat named Lucy, and I bashed your fucking skull in.
I was confused.
You took it like a champ too, kid. You had a eyeball and shit hanging out. And you know what the best part was? Bashing your skull in front of your wife. Absolute cinema.
That scene was so, oh my God. If you have not seen Walking Dead, I'm gonna keep it all with you though. It does get boring after like maybe season 3, but so it's worth it.
Comes in to save Mark, and man, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This part right here is why Conquest needs to be put on a watch list. He tells
I'm sorry. Rewind that back to CJ.
To save Mark. And man, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This part right
Rewind
here
that back.
is
Okay.
why Conquest needs to be.
You gotta pay me more than $1 million to catch this nigga. You have to give me control of the entire earth if you want me to catch this guy, dead or alive. You have to give me everything I've ever asked for the rest of my life. If you want me to catch this man. And even still, that will not be enough. I want to have control not just of Earth, but the entirety of the solar system. If you want me to catch this man, I'm being 100% honest with you. Because anything lower than that, I'm not doing.
We put
I'm sorry.
Watch list. He tells
Oh, you could be president. Not enough.
Oliver.
Just keep my life
welcome
here.
back, little purple squirt. I'm gonna split you in half and eat your heart out. So he slaps Mark and gives Oliver a nasty right hook.
Damn.
And my lord, when Oliver got up, he started puking blood and his teeth was falling out. All them damn teeth. That boy
Yo,
was
man.
get a payday from
If you
the
saw
tooth
the-
fairy. Then he
if you saw
pulls
the
his
animation,
head,
you know.
lifts him over him and starts stretching his body. And he's yapping to him like, do you feel your
This was
blood
so
starting to rip, purple
tragic.
squirt?
This was so tragic. It was not even funny.
I bet it feels amazing. I wonder what blood type you are. Personally, O-type.
He's screaming in the background.
Best. But Mark finally saves Oliver from this freaky ass nigga. But dear Lord, y'all already know what we about to do. Hit that nigga with attempted murder with child abuse on the side. Like, yo, he almost ripped this kid in half. But man, oh man,
Sorry,
it's
y'all.
time for this man's nastiest act.
Oh god. You gotta pause that there real quick. My nose is going crazy right now. I'm so sorry y'all have to see that, but that was I can't with this nose. It's like springtime over here too, and I have allergies to kick. My allergies kicking up again. Oh my god.
Yo, he almost ripped this kid in half. But man, oh man, it's time for this man's
He pulled the
nastiest
same thing
act.
Omni-Man did, which is on
The beach. So we already know that Mark is pretty familiar with being a human meat shield.
Shield.
But this
Yep.
time, I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it. In my opinion, this is way worse than the train. So
100%.
Conquest starts dragging Mark
This time, Mark was the train.
to a beach. And before tragedy strikes, you just see this girl, and she could only react for a split second.
Split second.
Rams through the
Damn, mama.
everybody
Oh
on
my
impact,
God.
flying straight through the city and ramming people with Mark's body in a straight line. The nigga was moving so fast he was just breaking people's bodies. And oh my God, that poor kid. Mama was probably just walking him to school, and now he ain't got an arm. And mama is roadkill, and he just continued to drag him through the city. Oh
Lord,
Mass
no.
murder, terrorism, hit him with every charge in the book, dog. Like, why? This was so unnecessary. You didn't have to do this. And who knows how many bodies that is? I'm not doing the math for this one. Uncountable.
No, I'm not.
So after this man just committed a literal terror attack, Eve ends up showing up to help her Pookie Bear. And you could just see the look on Mark's face, man. Oh, shorty, out of all the times, why now? And then here go this nigga Conquest looking at her like, well, salutations,
Oh my
fine
God.
shit. Ooh, you look delicious. But Mark came in and
Well, he said
was
delicious.
like, get your
Crazy.
freaky ass away from her, nigga. But Conquest headbutts Mark and shatters
Damn.
this man's leg. Bone popping out and everything. Your season is over. So the only person standing in this man's way now was Eve. And I ain't gonna lie,
What?
Eve locked the fuck in.
A lot she did.
Honestly gave this man a better fight than Mark. She made her whole little Iron Man suit right and started abusing that broken ass power of hers. Out here changing
Really?
the density of the air, making a big ass hammer, slamming that nigga. Kapow! Let me give you one more. Wha-bam! She was comboing this nigga. Mark looking like, damn, maybe I am sorry as hell. Look at her. Put a fishbowl on this nigga's head, then hit him with a slam some spitballs into his ass. Then she just started spamming, throwing axes at the nigga, spears at the nigga, crushing him with her wall. She was mashing every button on the controller. But unfortunately for Eve, when she threw her last spear, Conquest finally blocked. And Eve was negative as hell. He sideswipes her. Then he sideswipes her again. Then Then he grabs her, rips the helmet off of her, rips the armor off. And man. He shurikens the flesh off the bitch. Then he throws his hand through her gut.
Yo, right then and there, I was like, oh, she's cut. She's dead. I was like, she's dead. She's not coming back from that. How you just got out the hospital and you getting packed up again? Think, Eve. Think.
And Eve was done. Cooked. Half her face is broke. And her intestines are literally falling out. Oh, this was just brutal. And to add salt to the wound, this freaky ass nigga licked her blood and said, ooh, delicious. That's gotta be O-type. So Mark, with the coochie rage boost, went up to Conquest.
The coochie rage
shattered his gauntlet while shattering his hand as well. So Mark finally decided to lock in after the husband was on life support. And look at this, bro. Conquest started bear hugging this man just for Mark to bite the flesh off of this man. Bro has turned feral. But the end of this was just crazy. Conquest hits Mark with a combo and plants him on the ground. And he gets up in his ear and says, I am so lonely. All the other Viltrumites are scared of me. They think that I'm a freaky ass nigga. They didn't even give me a name.
I love how it sings up perfectly. That's what he's saying.
I'm suffering from my own success, nigga. So after Conquest shared his deepest insecurities to Mark, he starts choking the life out of him and is about to end early, but resurrected Eve with the power of shit. I don't know. Hits that nigga with a love.
I just clocked. It's the Little Mermaid thing, but
nigga,
back in
till
the
his
house.
ass was butt booty naked. And from this point, it was over. Mark started playing God of War and started spamming circle.
Y'all know, if you knew, you know, you know.
This man to death until he was unresponsive, finally putting an end to this senior citizen's reign of terror. Or so we thought, because after the fight, this dumbass buffoon Cecil decided to keep him alive. And man, buddy, how do you think this is gonna go when he wakes up? You know what? I don't even need an explanation. You know exactly what the f is gonna happen. The Conquest Trial. Conclusion. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our final spreadsheet. This man did all of this in one special exhibit. Easiest round table win of all time. No questions need to be asked. So that's it. So hope y'all enjoyed, man. And I should see y'all next weekend if everything goes well. But until then.
This weekend? Oh my god. This was insane. That was crazy. Oh my god. Conquest. Oh my god. What made it even worse too is that Mark told Cecil to burn the body. Let me just say that because I want y'all to hear what I'm saying, okay? He told Mark to burn the body. No, my bad. Mark told Cecil to burn the body. And then when I found out that Cecil had kept the body, I was like, right? Because earlier in the show, there's a whole debate still going around on the internet saying who is right, Cecil or Mark, about whether or not to recruit villains or not. All right, low-key though, when I first was like wondering, like, okay, you know what, maybe, I was like Mark is right, obviously, right? But then as the show went on, I was like, okay, you know what, maybe Cecil. All right, like there are still some points where I'm siding with Mark, but Cecil started to prove a little more. And just when I was about to side with this nigga, he pulls this dumb shit. He pulls this. And I'm just like, this is exactly why I don't like you or don't trust you, Cecil. Because you do this. And this is why Mark is upset with you. This is why Mark was upset with you. Because you do stuff behind everyone's back after they tell you not to do it. And you're just proving Mark's point. You're proving his point in the first place. That's why he was upset. That's why when he thought that D.A. Sinclair was in prison and found out he wasn't, he was pissed. He's just like, dog, put him in prison. Put him in prison. He killed people and then turned them into robots. Now, the one thing I could let it slide is that I understand Cecil wants to understand more about the Viltrum Empire. I understand that. I understand it completely. But you kind of already know who they are, what they're doing, and how powerful they are. You want to know how you know that? Because you had a Viltrumite on your planet for the last how many years? 20, 30 years. I don't know how long the gap between the time Omni-Man came down to Earth and the time of season 1. I don't know how long that was. But I do know for a fact, you know how powerful Viltrumites are. How durable they are. Right? Mark knows how powerful they are because he's fought. Other than Omni-Man, he has fought how powerful. And Cecil, you know how powerful they are because you did everything in your power to stop Omni-Man in the first season. And nothing you did scratch it. The only three things that actually possibly scratched him, or that actually did damage to him, was a giant ass kaiju, immortal, but even though he's a sorry ass boy, and the Reanimen, because they're strong enough. If they're strong enough to overpower Invincible, they're strong enough to overpower Omni-Man, which is fine. But when I found out you recruited, you see, like, even with Darkwing, I let Darkwing slide a bit because Darkwing was a criminal, yes, but he was also killing other criminals. He's kind of doing like a job. He's kind of like an anti-hero, all right? He's a bad guy who fights other bad guys. I understand that. Now, killing, yes, is wrong. I understand that, but sometimes killing is kind of necessary in this situation. I understand that. But not D.A. Sinclair. No. Yes, he has his uses, but I would literally rather have one superhero who is the strongest in the world, and like a couple other heroes that are also strong, than hire a psychopath to work for me. Oh, he's using dead bodies of soldiers. I don't care if he's using dead animals. No. And I'm back to my point by saying how strong Viltrumites are. We know how strong they are. We know how durable they are. A perfect example of that fat Steve Harvey type Viltrumite that we saw in season 2. This man, Omni-Man, sliced his belly open and stabbed him on a sharp pillar. Then at the end of the episode, this man flew back in and broke Omni-Man's back. He blew his back out. Pause. We know how durable these guys are. We know that they can literally survive for like last long period of time. Jesus damn, bro. Oh my gosh. We know how powerful these guys are. So yes, he got his head smashed in. But that's not gonna stop him from breaking out. He may not be dead. So when I saw Cecil was kept in his body, I was like, it pissed me off. And people are actually siding with this guy. Yes, I understand. You could be the good guys, or you could be the guys the people that save the planet. You can't be both. I understand that. Where are you coming from? But at the same time, no. A perfect example of this too is like another example, pretty much, with Machine Head. He hired Battle Beast, the same guy in the comics, who could go toe to toe with the Viltrumite and win. He battled Thrag, and Thrag is the strongest Viltrumite, and he won. Well, I don't think he won, but he was able to hold his own against Thrag. Also, I want to know, do y'all think that Mark will be able to beat Battle Beast now? I don't think he will, because Battle Beast is strong for a reason. But do you think Battle Beast will be able to beat, what is it? Conquest? I think so. Because Mark bit him, and it hurt Conquest. Now imagine those big ass teeth on a cat. He will tear his arm off. What's up, y'all? So the camera stopped recording because it ran out of space. But what I wanted to say was, I don't know how to put this, but I kind of made a new channel. Yes, I know I have the RapX channel, the Reaction channel, and the music channel, right? But I made this third channel mainly because if y'all want to see like more like extras and everything, behind the scenes and everything, I made this. It's more of like a podcast, right? I know I have Decoding Nerdcore on the RapX channel, but that's more of like an interview type of thing, you know. The podcast the podcast channel I have, actually, it's called the Couch Potatoes Podcast. You could look for it. It's in the description below. You could check it out there. And I want y'all to check it out. See, it's still in work in progress. Nothing's on there at the moment, but subscribe, everything. It's more of a podcast thing, so you get to see more of like me, not just me, but like me, my friends, and everything. Where I interview just have a talk with a bunch of my friends, you know, everything's more, and also you see like more behind the scenes of like making music and everything, right? So that's what I just wanted to say. I know it's not a big thing, but like I have a long journey ahead of me right now for editing, but yeah. Anyways, y'all, I'm out of here. Stay blessed.